Yeah, hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, what we discussed in the last class, do you have any queries? So, today I will explain from day one onward, if we got a job, so what we have to do exactly. Then we will focus on this, the rules of a manual system. So, what are the duties of a tester in any company? So, from the day one onward, so what exactly we are going to be testing it. So if you have any queries, you can stop me at any time. So tomorrow the link will be changing it. So once you go registered, then they will share the links. Okay, the new link, and they will share the recordings, the materials as well. They will give the permission. That is the first thing here. So now assume it. So you are going to be joining on 17th April, for example, or 15th April or 10th April. So that is your joining date. So here on 10th April, for example, you are selected to this Infosys. The HR will make a call to you on this date. And he is going to be collecting your details. Then he will say that the project manager will approach to you. So will contact you and shortly like that. So they said like that. So that is the first day activity. So on just we'll go with that, the joining formalities. So you are like onboarded. So now you are the employee of the Infosys. So here, so we are waited for this 2, 3 days or 1 week. Then again, you are not getting any call from anyone. Just you are contacting to the HR and you are asking about this, the project manager, the mail ID and the contacts. So you are getting the contact detail. So once you are getting the contact details, so we have to send a mail or we need to make a call and you are asking it. So till now I am not going to be assigned to any project. Okay. So here, so what is a project? When it is going to be assigned to all these things are going to be assigned. Now the project manager will check that. So if any project needed a resources, any employee, any tester, then so your contact details will share with that some X project. So here in this project, there is a team lead or we'll call it as like test lead. Your contact details will share with this a particular project test manager or test lead. Now the test lead will make a call to you and asking about your experience. So you are into which domain, like so you are into manual or automation. In automation, you are doing Selenium. So do you have an idea of the framework? So which framework you are working on it? So like that. Otherwise, so this team lead also going to be conducting a small round of interview again if needed. So you already selected, but whenever they are going to be pulling you into the project, the team manager or the test lead, the test manager will conduct one small interview. Suppose if you are not selected here, for example, then the project manager will arrange another project. So they're going to be giving 2, 3 projects. So again, you have to go through it and you have to clear the interview if any needed. Sometimes, right, some people won't take any interview. They just ask the details and they are going to be assigning to the project. Now they are going to be sending an email to Outlook. You are assigned to so and so. Like that. So once the project manager, like test lead, test manager, so they're accepted to work in their project. Now the test manager or team manager ask you to write the request for the laptop. Nowadays, like we are working for the home, right? From home. So we have to raise the request for laptop. So this laptop will reach you in 15 days. Minimum it will take 15 days time. Meanwhile, this test lead, the manager will assign some work. You have to brush up your skills. Just go through it like that. So he's going to be informing it. So we have to go through that. We need to revise our knowledge. Whatever having the subject skills, we will go through it. So here, so almost we're taking this entire month to get the laptop. For example, our laptop will received on 25th. Maybe it will take some time, okay, in the company because of their process and so the courier facility. So it may be taking some time. So this will be happening. So once you are receiving the laptop, you need to raise the request for the credentials. So here we have to raise that again one request to access the laptop and access the project environment. If anything, client will be there, the client environment, everything, we need to raise it. So after getting the laptop, now they are going to be providing this, the KT on the project. So what is mean by KT? So just like a meeting, a knowledge transferable session. So they will give the project KT and they will give this the document, the test plan document and the test status document, or we can say like the project related documents. So they will give this 2 days time and they will ask that the reverse KT. We have to give the KT whatever you understand from that KT given by this the people. So definitely they're expecting the reverse KT. So here they need to focus on that. So need to be given by this, the reverse state. So here we have to understand that. So you know about reverse state, right? Knowledge transferable session. Okay. Sharing the project information. So already said that the project is there, the team manager, the team lead, test manager, uh, test lead will provide the project information. This is a project. So we are going to be starting from initial. So this is what we have to going to be developed. Then we need to test like this. So this is a test plan document. These many testings are covered while testing the project like that. They need to maintain in that. So this is about that the initial thing. Now, and then here nowadays the development will be happen. So using this the agile methodology very important. So need to be understand here. So this is the one of the development approach. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Reverse KT means you have to give the KT to the team member. So whatever you understand, so while they're giving the KT to you, right? So same thing you have to give the reverse KT. So whatever I delivered today, right? That same concept I'm asking by 2 days later. You have to explain the same thing. That is the meaning of reverse KT. So whatever you understand from the KT and the documentation, you need to explain to the team again. That is called reverse KT. The agile methodology. So what is the feature of this agile methodology? So this is going to be used for the big size of applications. When the project size is big, we'll go for this type of implementation of a software. So in Agile, the development team and the testing team will work together parallelly to complete a particular task or a requirement. So in Agile, we will discuss this one in the coming classes again. So they're not focusing on the designations. Here, there are no junior, senior like in the project. So all people comes into a single team that will be called as like agile team. So here there are no differentiations in this agile. So like I have 12 years, you have like only 1 year of experience. So if anything needed, you can directly approaching to me and you can get the clarification. So get the task done. And we are not calling anyone in this companies nowadays like madam like that. So we will call with a name, even to the BA. So we have to communicate with that so and so person. So hi, for example, the BA will be the Srini. So hi Srini. So we have a query in this requirement. Can you clarify this? So we can send a mail. We can communicate in the MS Teams channel like that. So there are no differentiation in the designation side. Even the product owner, even the client, anyone will call with the name only. So here in this agile development, the software application. So here, for example, This is a project. The project duration will be like 2 years. So here they're asking this to develop within this 2 years time. So the entire project. Now in agile methodology, this project duration will be divided into some sprints. So here we will call it as like a sprints or iterations. This is like the entire duration will be divided into some sprints, sprint or iteration. So now the sprint duration will be like 3 weeks. It means 15 working days. Now here, so for example, the sprint one is starting on 24 and it will be ending on this 12th May. Okay, so we have to focus on that. So 15 days duration of a sprint. Now here, seeing for this 2 years project, we have a number of requirements to be developed. The requirements means you know that project having this flipboard. So this login is one requirement. Became a seller, more or like that. We'll have different user stories or the requirements. Yesterday we shown that the user story, right? So like this, they decided to develop so 30 user stories in this sprint. So they decided that based on the team size. Okay. 30 user stories or 30 requirements are decided to develop it. Say for example, the sprint to duration will be 3 weeks, right? I'm going to be explain all these 3 weeks. As a tester, what are the activities we are going to be performing it? Okay, week wise, day wise, I'm giving it. So that's the reason. Same activities are going to be performed by the fresher or the experienced person of 12 years. So 1 year, 6 years, 7 years, same activities are going to be performed. It. So here we have to understand that. So the sprint, the first week of the sprint. So here, one sec. So here Fine, can you hear me right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So here, so they're asking about that the first day of the sprint, what exactly we're going to be performing this. So here, the sprint will start, for example, on Monday. The Monday, they're going to be having the sprint planning meeting. So in this sprint planning meeting, the BA is the responsible to drive the meeting. Okay, it will be like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So the BA will explain this one user story. Yesterday I just opened it right. So today also I'll open this. So just to focus on this, try to understand this one. So he will open this, the Jira tool, and he will explain this, the scenario, and at the same time, he will show on the application how it will be working. So this session will be recorded. So there, if we have the time or permission to attend this, or you can have the recording, you can go through it and you have to understand this. So this is the one of the user story or one of the requirement. This is how it will be requiring. It will be working. So then, and here they're explaining about this, the zoom in and asking for the developers and the testers how many days required to complete this, the development and the testing as well. So this will be call it as like story points. They are giving this story points. One story point is equals to 6 hours. So here, if the developer will give this 3, the tester will give 1 or 2. So here, total 5 story points, 5 into 6, 30 hours are required to complete this both development and testing. So like this, the BA, the business service person, will drive the meeting, explaining about all the requirements. So to the all the team members, every team is involved here, database team, API team. So like that. Okay. If any difficulty they are facing it, any dependencies are there, they can clarify here. The respective team will give the clarification to the members. In this sprint planning, the product owners, the clients also going to be involved. It depends on the time availability of the clients. So they need to involve here. So now the business analyst person explaining this user story and they're going to be asking about that if there are no dependencies, then tell me how many story points are required to develop this and test it. So the development lead will give this story points and the test lead will give this the test story points related to the testing. So based on the user story, they are giving the story points by the test lead, the size of the user story. They are going to be focusing on it. So like that, They are going to be explaining each and everything in front of every people, and they will give the access of that the Jira tool. We can go through that at any time. So we can go through that, we can read it, we can try to understand if missed anything. Now, so same like that. So we'll have to go for the second one part. For example, then how many story points are required? The dev will give 5, the testing team will give like 3, total 8 story points. Now, this is the first day of the sprint, so we are going to be working on it. As a tester, we need to focus on that. Next, second day. So Monday, the sprint planning will be completed. And then we will go for this the Tuesday. So at the end of the Monday, Tuesday morning, the test lead will create the task under each user story. So here I will show you that for every user story, they are going to be creating the task as well. The task also I will show you. I'll write it first. For example, this is a zoom in, one of the requirements for this zoom in. Now here the development lead will create some task, a review of this user story. So this is related to the dev. So they are having some tasks, the development lead, the unit testing, integration testing, like that. Moving to this testing side, so the first task is like the requirement analysis or the user stories analysis. So this is what the first task. The second task will be like test design, and the third task will be like test review, and the fourth task will be like test execution. Now we giving the story points like 2 story points for the testing side, so like 6 hours. So daily in a day we are working like 8 hours, right? 2 hours for the breaks and the reviews or any meetings are there. They're calculating like that. So we have to work like this. So total 12 hours. These 12 hours need to be categorized for this 4 tasks. 10% for the analysis. Design we will go for the 30%. And the review will be give this 5 or 10%. Remaining 60% will be the execution. The time will be categorized, segregated like this. A review we are giving like 1 hour or 1.5 hour. The design they will give this 4 hours, and this a review for 1 hour. So total 6 hours. Then remaining 6 hours for the execution. So like that, the time will be allocated. We have to complete the work within this time allocation. If anything, any blocking, we have to update over TL. The TL will
What is
take
the
care of
test
it.
review, sir?
What? So I'll explain. Wait, I'll explain it. Okay. So here, for every user story, we will have this status. Suppose Once the sprint planning is completed, this user story is moved to ready for development. The status ready for development. So here it is going to be giving like this, ready for development, and the task will be always like every task having the status again, like individual status, like new. So this one also like initially like new, and all this created right. So on Tuesday morning, the status will be new, and this will be assigning to that a particular tester. Suppose if I'm giving my name, immediately I'm getting an email to our Outlook. You are assigned to so and so work. If I'm opening that mail, directly I'm redirecting to this Jira tool. So just I'm going to be go through it. So here, see, this is assigned to some developer. For example, so I have to given this Rahul is a developer now. Whenever if any person, so here the design also is going to be done by this tester, and the review is takes place by the test lead. So the lead will review our activities, whatever we prepare the documents. Sometimes, right, the execution will assign to some other testers. It depends on their thing. Okay. Initially, they will give my name. Suppose whenever it is comes to execution, if I am taking leave, right, that will be changing to some other person name. That will be done by the test lead. So here, whenever this Rahul is start developing it, this status need to be changed. This is moved to indev, and the task status should be like active. So on the daily basis, we have a scrum call. So for 24 hours, we'll have one call will be there. That is called scrum call, or so it is simply calling it as like meeting. The scrum master will check the statuses. What is the current status of this user story? It is in dev. What are the tasks currently it is working on it? Who are working on the task? If every people having the task, that should be active or not, they are following it. Okay. Now, whenever I'm working on requirement analysis, I should move this task to active state. Everything will be done in the tool itself. So we have to manage it. So if anyone can go through it, they can understand it. Okay, this person is working on this. Yeah, that is the in
So
Agile
all this planning is
using a
done
term like
in Jira
Scrum.
tool itself. The
Yes,
Scrum planning is done in the Jira
yes,
tool itself.
yes, yes, yes. Scrum is a term used in the like rugby, like a bunch of people together working to complete a task like that. So they're giving the terms, just like a meeting that is done with the help of the Jira tool itself. Everything is going to be done in the tool itself. So up to here it is okay. Anyone having any queries? This is how a tester will come to know you are going to be assigned to any work. Whenever they are assigning your name in the tool, you will get an email immediately to our Outlook. So, 1 second, I need to check this. So here, these are the tasks under the user story. This is the user story. See the status in testing. Once the tasks are closed, we need to update the time and closing it. So these are the developer names. They're assigning it. So these will be the tester name. So see here, user story understanding and clarification and test design, test cases preparation, and here the review and closure. This is my TL name, and the execution will giving to some other person. These are the bugs. If you found any bug, anything, you can raise here. We have an option like plus button. These things comes under the so and so bug. See, there are some UI mismatches. The spellings, color, font, if anything comes, they will raise the UI bug. They will treat it as separate thing. This is like functionality one. The functionality is not working. So, and these are the statuses. See, it is in in testing. Once all the development tasks are completed, and they're going to be moving this to in dev to testing, ready for testing. They're giving a state like that. Then whenever they're giving for ready for testing and they need to deploy it, so into that, they need to configure it. They will share the URL. So to access this, now the tester will move this test execution task into active and they need to test it. So like that, so it is going to be happened it. So for example, now the first role of a tester will be like the requirement analysis. So the user story need to be understood. So whenever they are assigning this user story, we have to go through this, the zoom in documentation. So what is zoom in, how it is a thing like that. Suppose if you are not able to understand this, the last point. So zoom in button is disabled. So user has reached the maximum zoom level. So we need to maintain one template, call it as like requirement clarification note. So the RCN template will provide all the queries in this template. So to share it, that is deleted. So here we can provide it user story number, serial number, user story number in which spent 1 hour, spent two. What is the user story? So like zoom in. What is the clarification needed? So we are asking it, what is the maximum zoom level? So now, like that, all these team members, not only me, right? We have 5 or 6 testers. All the testers will document their queries in this sheet and we will inform to our TL. So we have these many clarifications are required to go further or to understand this user story. Then the TL will arrange one meeting with the business analyst person, like half an hour like that. We will ask all these queries. Then when we are connected that time, what is the solution provided by this BA? We have to update here. This is what given by the BA so that we are proceeding our testing like that. This document is so keep it or save it for the further reference or future reference. So we need to maintain it. So this is the first role of a tester in any company, analyzing the requirements. You need to understand that. So once you are understanding, we will go for the test design. So here we are going to be designing this, the scenarios and the test cases. So here we have to focus on that. So we need to understand that. So test scenarios and the test cases. So these two terms are very important. So throughout our testing career, we are focusing on it. So basically, what is meant by a scenario? So the scenario will explain What are the functionalities to be tested in any application? So here, in simple words, we can define this. The scenario will explain what to test, and the test case will explain like how to test. So the procedure for validating the particular functionality. For example, there is a Gmail. So how to test this? The Gmail login is working or not. How we are going to be tested? The Gmail login. So what is the procedure we are following it? That procedure we are going to be documenting it in a step-by-step manner that will be call it as like a test case. So we have to open the Firefox browser, then enter the URL of the Gmail. Okay, we need to document it. So then here, then we have to enter this, the username, then enter the password. The fourth one is like click login. So this is about that. So we have to focus on it. So we need to provide this. This is a procedure. I followed it. So for the Gmail login. So in this procedure, so we need to prepare it first, the procedure like that, scenarios and test cases for all the user stories, the positive and negative scenarios as well, we need to cover it. Then the TL will review our test cases. Once it is done, the TL is going to be reviewed, so whether it is right or not. If it is wrong, they're asking me to update it. We will update accordingly based on the comments given by the TL. So here the test case will explain the procedure for validating it. The test case is like a simple thing. Suppose if you're booking a tickets for a particular movie, what is the process? That process from the beginning to ending, we need to document in Excel file. That's it. So that will be coming under this, the test case. Like that, all the test cases are prepared. We need to review it. So this is like from Tuesday onwards, we are starting on this analysis, design, and on the end of the Friday, so of the first week, we have to complete our design and the review activities. So that is the duty we have to perform it on the day wise. So Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Thursday, they're giving the time up to this Thursday, and Thursday or still we have any pending things we need to complete on Friday first off, and then we have to go for this first internal review of the test cases will be happened among the team members. So like we have a team like 5 members, right? For example, all 5 team members will connect in a Teams meeting and discussing it. So we will share our test cases to the people. If anyone is giving any suggestions, that is a valid thing. We can modify the test cases. At the end of the Friday, we are giving this the review to the test lead, team manager, test manager will take a review here. So again, if any comments are given by this manager, we need to update, modify our test cases accordingly. So whatever we prepared the procedure, so any spellings, mistakes or anything, any steps is not clear, we have to update while writing the steps that should be understandable by any person. So don't write any essays in that process. We need to define step by step like that in a simple manner. Need to be understood by everyone. So this is the first week, the work we need to complete it. So even 12 years person, even a fresher, they are doing the same activities. So if it is a senior person, they are assigning to this. 2, 3 user stories. For example, I said that 30 user stories are there. So 5 members, each one having this what? 6 user stories. For example, I'm 12 years of experience here. They are assigning me like 3 user stories, and I have some additional responsibilities they are assigning it. What are they means? See, in Excel file, you are giving this the queries, right? One Excel sheet maintained by the 5 people, that is in shared drive, and another person is writing over here. So I need to consolidate this Excel file, and I have to write here the test case is also written by individually by the 5 team members. I need to combine into one Excel sheet. So because we need to share only one Excel sheet, so finally to everyone. So they are giving some additional works to the senior people. So they have the experience, right? They will work on it. They will communicate with the BA. They need to get clarification. So like that, they are going to be doing it. So even a fresher, even an experience, 10 years, 12 years. So up to this, you are going to be working like the same thing. So there is no change in the work side. See, if you're putting the experience 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, like that. So this is the first week, then it's clear. Any queries? It's very simple. That's the reason we are going to be saying it. Okay. That's the reason most of the people are choosing this, the testing tools. Second week. So just Monday, you just connected to the office. You don't have anything to do it. So your team lead will this test cases right on the Friday. Your TL will review it, and the test cases will be sharing to the BA, the business analyst, on the Friday evening itself. BA also need to be review it whether these test cases are correctly written or not. Now moving to this Monday, if nothing will be there, then the TL will assign that you are assigned to 6 user stories, right? There are remaining 24 user stories are there. Just go through it and you have to understand it, what they're going to be developing it like that. So initially, I'm assigning to 6 user stories. They have created the task under the each user story and giving my name. So now on Monday, if no work, I am going to be going through the remaining 24 user stories. Why? Because all people should know all these 30 user stories, what they are developing it. If any tester is not there, we will share the work and we have to complete the work. So for that reason, everyone should go through the remaining user stories. Next. And for example, now Tuesday also, nothing to do it. Then we have to go through the user stories. Meanwhile, if the BA is approving our test cases, all these test cases need to be uploaded in the Jira tool. So the test cases need to be uploaded to the Jira. So I wrote 6 user stories related test cases. For example, 56 are there. I need to upload it. The remaining people also need to be uploaded. Then from Wednesday, if the developer is giving anything for testing, now I need to go for this my task the test execution task should be active, and I'm start executing it. And if I'm finding any defects, just I need to update the defect, and I have to assign these defects to the developer itself, the developer name, because we are having the developer who developed it. The developer name is also there. We have an option, just open this defect and we will name to change it. There is an option, we will change it. Sometimes if you are giving this defect is like that, so initially also it is new. Whenever they are working, they can accept it. If the developer not understanding it, they can simply reject it. So to avoid this conflict, we will have this, the defect trace call is there. So we're maintaining one defect trace call, so weekly, 2 days, 3 days, depends on the need. So here we have to understand that. So try to understand it. So from Wednesday onwards, we have to go for the test execution, finding the defects, reporting the defects to the developer. Once they resolve it, they will give a status like here, resolved. They give the status. Once they resolve it, we need to retest and we have to give the close. Whether the bug is closed, we need to go for a close, upload a document, proper document with the screenshots, and we have to attach it and we will close it. So if all these tasks are completed, then like the testing tasks, the bugs and everything, then we can move this in testing to testing completed. Like that, the user story will be closing it, the development and the testing. Like all these user stories, the 30 user stories need to be performed within this 15 days time. So within this 15 days, we have to go like that. Then next sprint will be started again on Monday. They have the sprint planning. They decided how many requirement need to be developed it like that. This is going to be the continuous process until 2 years of the project. So these are the activities and the rules of a manual tester in any company. They're going to be doing it. So just I'm stopping here today. If you have any queries regarding this, you can ask.
Sir, where are these bugs stored, sir?
That's what madam I said. This is a tool, the Jira tool. It will be stay there itself. This is a bug. It will be there in the tool itself. Everything we are storing at a tool, Jira. That will be available in the Jira.
Is it only for bugs storing, sir?
No, I already said that we have to upload the test cases. All the testing activities will be managed by using the Jira tool. So we have to upload our test cases. So once you completed right the manual testing, you will come to know that. So you are not an idea about the tool, right? What exactly you are doing it. By using the tool, you are going to be assigning that. You will come to know that you are assigning to a so-and-so task. The work is allocated from the Jira tool itself to everyone. So everyone will track this with the help of the tool itself. Okay. Fine. Anyone is having any queries? So this is the last demo class.
This PA analyst business enterprise should be a technical guy or a functional guy.
Can you speak loudly? Your voice is low.
It's BA business analyst guys.
Business analyst?
So he could be a techno functional or how he can understand the functionality as well as the technical things.
So speak loudly.
He should be in techno-functional guys, business analyst,
Business analyst.
techno-functional. Techno-functional, he should be knowing the functionality as well as the technical knowledge of that of the development.
You are asking the business analyst role.
No, what kind
Whoever
of
having the experience, suppose there is a banking application, for example, I am the senior. I work here in this company like in the project previously, 7 years of experience in banking side. So I got promoted like a business analyst here like that. They are going to be choosing like that. Having this complete knowledge, so having on this, the technical, the functionalities, everything, they are having the knowledge. So we are not communicating with the BA every time. Only one thing, the BA will elaborate these user stories. They are giving these user stories to us. Then we have to, any queries only, just we will make a document like that. We will approach it. We don't have any rights to direct interaction with the BA until unless we are getting the permission from our TL. So we don't have any rights. Everything we are working under the TL. If you want to do anything, you have to update to our TL first. I need to connect to the BA. Why? Why you want to connect with the BA? So I need a clarification. Okay, send me that. I will check it. If your TL is busy, then they will say, okay, just send a mail. So look me in that mail like that. So they won't allow such type of activities. They won't encourage it to connect with any other team members, any persons in the company. Okay, everything will be restricted. If you want to do communication, so with the help of our TL only, we need to do the communication for the testers. Why you are bothering about whether it is a techno-functional or whatever it may be, the BA having the knowledge. We don't bother about that about the PA. Our roles will be these. We need to focus on these roles. We need to complete it within the time. Then that is our duty. What I'm saying.
yes,
So we are focusing on our activities, not for other persons. We don't need those things as well. So those won't be help to the testers at any point of time, right? So that is not required here. They need any clarification, we will communicate to our TL. The TL will get back to us. If not, he will inform to us, okay, send a mail, including me in that mail as well. That's it. We don't bother about whether the BA having this knowledge or not like that. We need the clarification. Whenever they're giving, that's what. If the BA will provide a wrong information, we will share this document. So on so and so date, the BA provided the clarification like that, so that we tested like this only based on the inputs given by the BA. For that reference only, we are maintaining this document. So we don't bother about any persons. So the personal things, the qualifications or anything, we are not going to be interacting with any person. So only our task, our work, we have to focus on it. Even we don't have that much of time to entertain all these things. So what I'm saying, if you are understanding right, you people are new to life from this software side, so we don't bother about so the other person having the skill set, knowledge or not. We need this query. We will maintain this everything so through email. That will be our proof. Okay, this is what I need. No one is responding till now, so I cannot do anything from my end. It is blocking the my activity. That's it. So got it?
Yes.
sir.
Anyone is having any queries? Yes. Renuka, Rahul, Muhammad, Priya, Kanna, Gayatri. So this will be taking like 2 months. The duration will be, the course duration will be 2 months. Daily we have 1 hour session. Fine. If no queries, so we are good to close the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.